Hey everyone, today I want to do hopefully a short and sweet video talking about collages. Now I have to say that for me personally, collage is one of those things that seem to come really easily to some people, and then for me sometimes I feel it's a struggle to get the result that I want. So for some people it just seems to, you know, they can have a ton of like bits and pieces lying around and they put it all together and it looks fantastic. It doesn't work like that for me. I really find that I need to kind of put a little bit of thought into my collages. If you're new here, hi, my name is Irit. Welcome to my December daily series. This year I'm collaborating sort of with the lovely Barbara from 49Dragonflies. We are alternating days so that most days of the week you will have a video from one of us. Not every day because we're human, but hopefully most days you will find inspiration. I will link you to her channel below. She's also doing a junk journal which looks completely different than mine, and I think that's fantastic to have kind of different takes, different styles. Hopefully you will find inspirations. Let's get started. The base of a good collage, in my book, the way that I like it to look, again, there's no right or wrong, is to have a base of some layers that are more neutral. So I have this little piece of paper from a Daphne's diary. I could actually use also this side if I wanted to kind of emphasize more of the pink thing. That could also work. And I have here a piece of vellum, which I do really love. I love using vellum. It has that, you know, it's somewhat transparent, and I think it really lends itself well to a collage. Now I also have a few doilies that I sprayed with some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. You can use, you know, just gold paint and a brush to sprinkle it. That would look pretty too. And I'm not sure I'm loving the pink with this. I do have also these white ones, but they're kind of big, so maybe they should be more of a base. Another thing you want to consider is your base page. So I'm working in my junk journal. I want a light color because I do prefer light colors. I'm thinking maybe the darker pages that I have here, I'll probably just cover with a photo. For this stage, what I want is kind of harmony. That's how I like it. I don't want anything to stick out too much because that we can do when we get to the kind of focal point of our whole thing. So this doily is too big, but what I can do with it, which I've done in other journals and I really love it, is to fold it, and then basically I can use it as an element on this page and also on the other side of the page. So see, that's to me where the challenge starts, because the layers need to be just right in size. I love the texture of this, but I also like this floral. I think what bothers me is that it's a little bit, it's covering too much. I want to add some stitching, but I also know, let's take another look if this vellum could work. And no, it covers too much when I put it on here and you can't see anything when I put it underneath. I could go for a pattern that is busier because here the dots are kind of far away, and maybe this could be trimmed to fit. It's not bad, but I'm not crazy about it. I see what I want here is to get some sort of like subtle texture to my background. Now, I absolutely love this journal because I can just take out this page, and I'm leaving this here to remind me where I took this from.
Hey everyone, future editing Irit here, and just for the sake of saving some time and not having this super long video, I just sped through this part of doing the background. I did some splattering and some stamping in gold ink.
This is background. We want texture, we want some color. Since, you know, my journal is built in this way where I can take things out, I think I will use the opportunity to add some stitching. These are my main elements, just these 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to add a tiny bit of adhesive just so things don't move around too much. And I know I'm going to add some washi tape. That's the next step, but I don't want my sewing machine to stitch through washi, so I'm going to take it now to my machine and I'll show you the result. Okay, here's the finished product. The next step is to add some washi, and you can use just strips of paper. I think the key here is to stay still, at least for what I like, in a kind of a monochromatic muted palette. And you want to have a variety, and you want to have like a variety of patterns. So you see I think this is a good example. I have this golden one, this plain one, and then this one that is thinner with music notes. And I think what I'll do is, and again, I don't want to cover, I want every layer to be smaller than the one before it, so that we will still see all the layers. So I'm going to start with the gold, then I'll add a little bit of pink, and the pink one is now is not as wide as the gold. You can of course cut it if yours are the same width, and it's going to be a smaller piece with the gold showing. And then we can add also a little bit of the music notes because it's thinner. So it's very subtle, but this is how I personally like it. And now we come to our focal point. Now for focal point, I think that's a good time for something more interesting. So you want that detail here. Now here's an example. I have this really cute sticker. This would be a good choice. These, if you have something, if you're using a format that allows you to use dimensional pieces, I think these are fantastic, but I do feel like it would need something behind it. So for example, I could use the same paper and punch this. It's a little bit big. Take a smaller round punch. So something like this. Again, I could add stitching. If you have a photo, for example, I have these cute, I mean, they don't match and they're not really connected to December Daily. You could add a little cute photo here and then maybe add even your embellishment on top. This would be super, super cute. I think you could run this again through your sewing machine, but you could also just kind of fake it. And I'm just gonna take these two to my machine. Okay, so I put this through my sewing machine, and again, because I can't help myself, I'm gonna give it a little bit just for, you know, it gives everything a more unified feel. Now I have to dry it. Okay, all dry, and now I can add either this or another super cute focal point, in my opinion, is of course a puffy sticker. And I'm just going to add everything, stick everything down. These are, by the way, from an old collection. When is this? 2016. I don't know if it still exists, but check out Pretty Little Studio. They have the cutest collections and embellishments. So, what I want to do is kind of line up the stitching, that it kind of looks like everything, like I stitched everything, but I also want all these details to show. So some edges you want to show, and then others you want to hide. So here it is, the finished product in my journal. I really, really love it. And I can always add here some more journaling if I feel the need to talk about I don't know, whatever I have going on here, or this can just be a pretty little decoration in my journal. And I'll see you soon in another December daily video. Bye.